Welcome to Defectors, the interactive game show where our players not only have to get the questions right, but they must also compete for the support of our audience of Defectors. So, Defectors, tonight you have a crucial role because you'll have a big say in the fate of each of our 4 players. Let's meet them now.
Hello, I'm David from Dumfries.
Hello. Hello, I'm Hilary from London.
Hi, I'm Paul and I'm from New Southgate.
Hello, I'm Shane and I'm from Shrewsbury and my boys have asked me to say hello, so there you go.
We've got a drunk crowd in tonight. The more support our Defectors give to a particular player, the more points that player can score as they compete to win £1,000. And it's not just our players who stand to win. Somebody in our audience will also win £1,000. But don't worry, everybody, because you don't have to answer the questions right yourself. Your job is to predict which of our players is most likely to give correct answers to questions on specific subjects. So, for everyone playing here and at home, let's start off with first impressions. Right then, take another look at our 4 players here. You've only just clapped eyes on them, but you'll already be guessing how well or how badly they might play the game. They're about to be tested on their general knowledge, but who'll be keen as mustard? Who will play with relish? And who's going to end up in a bit of a pickle? Defectors, act on your first impressions and choose who you think will be the best player now. OK. Just going on visual impressions here, we've got Hilary, 12%, same as Paul, 12%, same as Shane, 12%, and David, with the glasses there and the tie, has got 64%. The audience backing you there. Well played. That's the support. Those figures are now locked into the computer, and those are the actual percentage points that you will get for a correct answer to these questions. Here we go. Who had their first UK #1 in 1996 with Setting Sun? Out Here Brothers, Doobie Brothers, King Brothers or Chemical Brothers? The correct answer there was D, Chemical Brothers. Well played, everyone. It's a good start. You all got it right. So we move on. Here's the next question. From which of these is the pigment sepia obtained? Cuttlefish, Californian poppy, maple tree or Goliath beetle? The right answer there was A, cuttlefish, so we go from all of us getting the right answer to all of us getting the wrong answer there. Never mind, let's have a quick look at the scores here, and it's basically the percentage points there. We've got 64 for David and 12 for Hilary, Paul and Shane. So, Defectors, was your first choice of player a hit or a miss? Will you risk trying a different player, perhaps? If so, here's your chance to defect now. OK, new figures locked into the computer here. Hilary, 8% there. You've taken a bit of a drop. We've got Paul on 14%, Shane on 16%, so you two have just crept up slightly, and David a little bit of a drop there on 62%. But here come the questions. Still used in horse racing, which unit of length equals 1/8 of a mile? Rod, furlong, fathom or chain? Furlong was the answer, B, and you were all there. Good. Everyone got B. Congratulations. We move on to the second question. On which island was Shakespeare's Othello set? Majorca, Cuba, Cyprus or Malta? The answer you needed there was C, Cyprus. Only David got that right, and 62% of our audience are going to be happy about that because he just got nearer to £1,000. OK, let's have a look at the scores now. We've got Hilary, 20 there. We've got Paul, 26, Shane, 28. All fairly tight there, but David's way out in front with 188. So, that's how the players are doing at this early stage. But what about our Defectors? Who's the best so far when it comes to skillful selection and picking out the best players? It's Victoria Edgar, who's a 16-year-old student. Victoria, if you're in that position at the end of the show, beating everyone else, you will win £1,000. Good luck to you. Time now for our players to sweet-talk their way into gaining as much support as they can in Trust Me. Our players will now be answering questions on specific topics. To help you Defectors decide who to vote for, they will each now make a short appeal before each subject to try and convince you. Our first subject is meteorology. So, we're starting off with you, David. Why trust you?
trust me because I'm a Scotsman, so know all about extremes and weather conditions. I've been teaching science for 20 years, and if you don't vote for me, I'll be in a deep depression.
Hillary, why trust you?
Trust me, when my bones ache and my head hurts, I know the barometer is changing. Having lived in the lightning and hurricane capital of the world, Florida, and experiencing three...
Hillary's in last place at the moment with 20 points, but she's got as many questions right as Paul and Shane, and she's only one behind David. OK, Paul, why trust you?
I did geography at university, of which meteorology was a part of it. I also used to live in Hong Kong, so I used to get lots of typhoons there. I used to live in Australia as well, where it's 45 centigrade half the time.
Again, Paul, only one question behind David there. Shane, why trust you?
Hi, you can trust me. I used to work for the local paper, and part of my job was to phone the Met Office to get the weather reports so we could include them for the readers. I've also got an interest now...
Which we won't get to hear about, unfortunately. So, defectors, have any of those appeals worked their magic? Let's find out. The subject is meteorology. Defect now. Here comes the new level of support for each player. Hillary, 5% there. You can't get them on your side yet. Shane, 16%. Paul, 22%. David's still the favourite, 57% now. Still over half the audience. Those figures are now locked in. Those are your points if you get correct answers. And here are the questions. On weather maps, which line links points with the same duration of sunshine? Isotherm, isotope, isobar, or isohel? D was your answer there, isohel. Only David got it right. Another 57 points go to him. Here's the second question. In the North Pacific, hurricanes are generally known by which other common name? Typhoons, tycoons, tsunami, or tornadoes? Typhoons was the right answer there. Well played. You didn't get it mixed up with tycoons. You all got the right answer. Final question. Here it comes. Which of these is the most southerly of the shipping forecast areas? Finisterre, Seoul, Biscay, or Trafalgar? Trafalgar was the right place there. D was the option, and Paul was the only one to get it right, so 22% of the audience there just moved closer to £1,000. We move on now. Our second Trust Me subject is indie rock, and after this we'll be losing the player with the lowest score, so you could sink or swim on the strength of these appeals. We start off with you, Hillary. Why trust you on indie rock?
Trust me, being the oldest swinger in town and having attended many numerous concerts, Garbage, Ash, Kerrang, watching TV,
She's still in last place, but she's still answered as many questions as Shane has. OK, Paul, why trust you?
Trust me, because indie rock is my favourite form of music, has been for 15 years. I go to lots of indie rock gigs and clubs. I go to the Reading Indie Festival every year, and I subscribe to the regular...
Shane, why trust you?
You can trust me as being half Mancunian. I'm from Manchester. That was where it started back in the 70s. I've also been to concerts at New Order, The Smiths.
David, you don't look much like an indie rocker to me, but why should we trust you on this subject?
Well, I think you should trust me because I play the music and sing. I have a wide musical taste, and two of my all-time greatest CDs are Insomniac and Dookie by Green Day.
OK, defectors, what do you reckon? You've got to forget about the scores here they've got so far. It's what you think they're going to get in this next round. Who's going to do the best? The subject is indie rock. Defect now. The votes have been cast. In they go. We can see Hillary, it's going down for you, I'm afraid, 2% there. Shane, not much better, 5%. David, taking a big tumble, 17% of the audience now backing you. It means, Paul, you're the favourite for this one. 76% of the audience, three-quarters of them, are backing you for these questions. But you've got to get them right and turn them into points. Here they come. Released in late 1999, what was the name of Muse's debut album? Glitz, Glam, The Biz, or Showbiz? Showbiz was the right answer, which was D. No one was there, unfortunately, so we move on to the next question. Gavin Rossdale is the lead singer of which band? Bush, Star Sailor, Ash, or Therapy? The right answer there was A, Bush. Hillary and Paul got it right. The 2% of you backed Hillary will be pleased there, and the 22% went for David and Shane just lost out in the race for £1,000. Final question. Which band gigged at Oxford South Park, then went on to guest in TV South Park? Oasis, Radiohead, Super Furry Animals, or Gorillaz? The answer you wanted there was B, Radiohead. Only David and Paul, the chaps there, got the right answer. So we now have to lose someone, I'm afraid. Let's have a look at the final scores here. At the end of this part, we've got David on 319, no problem there. Neither for Paul either, 222. Then we've got Shane on 44. But Hillary, the audience clearly defected against you. With 27, you do have the lowest score. I'm afraid it's time to leave. And as Hillary goes off licking her wounds, we'll take a short break. Join us again to find out which of our 3 remaining players and which of our audience of defectors will win £1,000. We'll be right back.